Welcome everyone, Mr. Comics 89 here, and I own a complete collection of Amazing Spider-Man. This is the first video where I can actually say that, so I am thrilled to death. So this is my graded comic books by grade tag video. I've seen this video a few times on YouTube, you know, Southern Comic Geek, I think Alex the Comic Hoarder, Geek Aficionado, a couple, and I think one or two other people have seen it. So they had the comic books by grade, you know, from 0.5 all the way to 9.8, 10.0 kind of a thing. So I wanted to see what I could do, and so I started filling it out, and I actually surprised myself in how much I actually filled it out. So I've included on the list not from 10.0 all the way down to 0.5, but I've also included, technically speaking, two other grades in a way. Those being the non-grades, the NG slabs that CGC has given, as well as the graded PG, which is a page, and all that. And I'll explain more in a second. So let's get started, shall we? Like I said, here's the list. So, like I said, start from the very bottom. So, like I said, the first one I had listed was the page, and the reason why, Matt, why would you put a page in there for that? Well, because it's by grade. It's graded books. So this is graded by CGC, and it might only be a page, but still the grade that they give it, PG. And so this is my single graded page of Amazing Fantasy 15, page 11. This is the story literally right before, I believe right before Spider-Man's first appearance, Amazing Fantasy 15. So I own a piece of Amazing Fantasy 15, so it's not the full thing. I have a facsimile of the full one. Maybe someday in the future I'll be able to afford it, but until then, that's what I have. I would show you an NG, but technically speaking, it's currently at CGC, or no, CBCS being graded. It's my Amazing Spider-Man #1, and I bought a cover list from CGC, it was graded. It was cover list, but it had an NG grade for being coverless, and so technically speaking, I had a replica cover on it, sent off to CBCS, hoping that they'd give it a 0.5 grade. So, but if I sent off my ASM Annual #1 to CGC, it would get a 0.5, or it would get a NG non-grade because it was coverless, I believe. So, you guys can discredit that. I put it in there for the sake of arguments because that's what I bought it as. You'll literally have seen my NG label if you go back in my videos and see me opening my Amazing Spider-Man #1. Alright, now to the actual numbering grades. So, for 0.5, I got ASM #14, first appearance of the Green Goblin. This thing is in such rough shape, taped together in so many different spots and pieces that I submitted this to be graded the second I got it, because I was afraid to even breathe on this book, let alone touch it. So, 0.5. Better that than anything else. So, alright. 1.0, I got ASN #3, first appearance of Doc Ock. So, this thing is worth about $1,600 now, I think, but I'm not sure. Anyway, pretty cool. You'll notice a lot of these books here are ASM heavy because that was a lot of what I got. It's ASM, it's graded ASM. I bought graded books, I bought raw books, so a lot of this is ASM. All right, for a 1.5, I got my Fantastic Four #48, first full appearance of Silver Surfer, cameo of Galactus on the last page. So, never gonna get rid of this book if I could absolutely afford it. Alright. In my 1.8, I have the only Golden Age book I have, Action Comics number 124. I think this is right before, the issue before or the issue after Superman flies for the first time. I wanted at least one Golden Age book in my collection, but because I am Spider-Man is my guy and what I collect and all that, on that left, the only book I can really get in the Golden Age of a character that's important to me was Superman. And I could have gotten Superman, but I thought, well, Superman first appeared in Action Comics. So I got a Golden Age Action Comics book from 1948. A fun year in history. I like my history in 1948. The election with Truman in the newspaper with Dewey and all that. A lot of fun there. A lot of fun in that history book. Alright, now we come to the first grade I do not have. I do not have a 2.0. So, I'm going to need to get a 2.0 here because I don't like having that spot empty. Don't like having that spot empty. But, at a 2.5, I got ASM number 46. This is the origin of first appearance of the Shocker. Got this run for around 80 to 100 bucks. It could definitely use a press. It's really wavy in there. It might even bump it up a grade. But maybe not. The staining in the back. So, yeah, I probably will never crack this book. If I ever get a new book, I'll probably just sell it and get an upgrade. Alright, for a 3.0, got Amazing Spider-Man number 5. First appearance of Dr. Doom outside of the Fantastic Four. Not his first appearance, but his outside. If you want the first appearance of Doom, you need another issue number 5, which is Fantastic Four. So I got this book. I think I bought this one and number 50 at the same time. And I bought one other book, and I think I bought Submariner number 1 that I've sold like a year and a half, 2 years ago now. I think I paid 700 bucks for the boat for all 3 grades. For all 3 books. Definitely amazing the price of these books, so hoping for a 5.0 in this book, but I was not surprised that it did not get it. Maybe in the future I'll get a 5.0. Alright, my 3.5, I got ASN number 43. There's a date stamp. It is a CGC label, signed by Stan Lee on October 18th, 2018, so a month before he died. Stan signed this book. I bought this book after he died because I wanted his signature, and I would never be able to get him to sign a book in person myself at a con. So I bought this book here. It is the first issue after Mary Jane's first full appearance. You know, yeah, actually, scratch that. Her cameo was in 42, Face a Tiger, You Hit the Jackpot. Her first full appearance of Mary Jane Watson is this book here. So, Origin of the Rhino, Matt Murdock, Colonel Jameson, and Matt Murdock and Dr. Kirk Connor's cameo. Origin of the Rhino and Colonel Jameson. Anyway, I'm wandering off this point, so anyway, first full appearance of Mary Jane, Stan Lee's signature. That's a win in my book. For any book in any grade. Or for any grade. Alright, 4.0. Speaking of Mary Jane, we got the reason for her opportunity with Peter. We got ASM 121, The Death of Gwen Stacy. So, I felt a little stickiness back there. Nope. Sits a little awkward in this book, or in this case, but you win some, you lose some, right? This book might benefit from a press by the looks of it, but I am not complaining. Yeah, clean too, but again, that stain back there is kind of hard to overcome. Plus, a 4.0 is a very respectable grade, honestly. Very respectable grade. Great looking cover. So I might upgrade in the future, but I'm not in any rush. In fact, I don't think I need to. All right, my 4.5. This is my top book for my 2021 top 50 books. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 129, first appearance of the Punisher and the Jackal, but who cares about the Jackal? So there's been recent stuff about Punisher. You know, he's gotten swords now, and his skull's been redesigned. I love this cover. This is gonna be it's gotta be one of my favorite Spider-Man books. Love this book. Love this book. All right. I also want to show off in the 4.5 ASM 50. I had to show this book off too. Wanted a 5.0 because ASM 50 5.0. That's my goal grade for this book. So have to get that one in that position. All right. Number 5.0, 5.0 grade. I got ASM 38. This is the last book that, don't tell me, Steve Ditko. Steve Ditko wrote before he left. Second cameo appearance of Mary Jane. Face still not shown. So, very good book. Happy to have it. Alright. In the 5.5 grade, we got Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 7, The Death of Supergirl. I had this one pressed once upon a time. I think it either reverted in the time since then, because I definitely think it could be pressed again. Although, what's the point nowadays? I'll keep it in the 5.5. I'm not in any particular hurry, I guess. Alright, 6.0. We got ASM number 122, The Death of Green Goblin. I got this book from Southern Comic Geek. I think I paid $125 for this book. And that's a deal nowadays. I had this book once, and it was missing the death panel of Green Goblin. I was upset, so I wanted to upgrade that book, and when Southern offered to sell me this one, I bought it and gave away my other one. So I think two boys and their pops, I think, won the giveaway, and so they have a nice copy of that book, just in a 0.5 because it's incomplete technically. Alright, 6.5. This is actually one of the first 3 books I ever sent off to be graded, ever, when I first started collecting. And I can definitely tell, you can definitely tell in the grade, it is Superboy number 1. It's, I guess, the 4 point from the pages of Superman, Reign of Tomorrow, 6.5. There is like ink fingerprints up there I didn't see before. There was spine ticks or 2 that I just didn't see. Looks like ink wear over there in the form of a fingerprint. So this is like a, ooh, yeah. I don't know why, and technically sometimes I don't know why I still have this book. But I'm guessing just because it's the first one I sent off to be graded, or one of the first, I just couldn't get rid of it. It's worth nothing. It's really not worth anything graded. So it's almost might as well keep it. All right. In 7.0, we have another. I said one of the other first 3 books I sent off to be graded ever. Action Comics 662. Superman reveals his secret identity to Lois Lane. So, it's a nice cover. I like it a lot. But still, bend over here. Partial color break in the area. Another bend portion of that on here. Where it folds back a bit. Same thing with the top right cover. So 7.0. Like I said, sometimes I wonder why I still have it, other than the sentimental value. Alright, 7.5. I got Spectacular Spider-Man 176. I sent this book off to be graded just because of the history. You know, it's the first appearance of coronavirus. You know, like 10 years from now, COVID's going to be done with, or at least it'll be basically non-existent, you know, whatever the case may be. But I wanted the first appearance of Corona basically as a small memento memory, you know, basically of what I had to live through, what I had to take care of my family through, what society had to live through. So, one of these days it'll be gone, or at least dealt with, but I'll always have this book. Alright, and the 8.0, like I said, I had a lot of these books, surprisingly. ASM number 238. Got this from, Old Man Spider on Instagram. First appearance of the Hobgoblin with tattoos. 8.0, direct. I have a newsstand copy of this book, but it doesn't have the tattoos. So I have both. Not getting rid of either of them. 8.0. I'm very happy with an 8.0. I don't like the 0.5. I mean 7.0, 7.5, but if I had to get the lowest good grade I really like is an 8.0 solid. But I don't like the 0.5s very much. The 8.5, 7.5. I almost prefer solid numbers to half numbers. Alright, 8.5, I have ASN number 138. I got a, this is the one of the first and only custom labels I got. This is my double cover book. I wanted a double cover, and I wanted to try and get one in ASM. Both covers were graded an 8.5. So, very nice. I was happy to get it. Alright. In the 9.0, we have the first book I sent off to be... one of the first books. I sent two off to be graded after being signed in person by me. Or, I got signed and then got sent off to graded. ASM 294. Death of Craven the Hunter. CBCS 9.0. Signed by Mike Zeck. Right down there. You know, some people might want it signed there. I didn't. I wanted it signed right across Craven's chest. Alright, I need to get some tea because my throat's getting dry. Alright. Next grade is a 9.2. This is actually the very first comic book. Actually, scratch that. I didn't realize until recently that technically speaking, I had a mini comic book that I got a full 4 years before I got into comic book collecting. But this is the first comic book that helped lead into my collection. So technically this is my second comic book ever. But for 3 years, I thought this was my first comic book I bought. It is Action Comics number 687, the die-cut collector's cover edition. You know, this is Last Son of Krypton, you know, Eradicator's first appearance, or, you know, as part of the Reign of Superman. You know, I was getting a touch-up on this tattoo, and I was staring at this cover for like 2 hours, 3 hours. The green, the red, you know, reminding me of Christmas colors. I bought it for $75. Nice. Alright. Another 9.2 I wanted to throw in there. Secret Wars number 8. Bought this like for 70 bucks, I believe, 75 bucks again. Hoping it would get a 9.4 at least, but I just missed it. Came back 9.2. But origin of the alien symbiote that becomes Venom. I love the black suit. Alright. 9.4. This is one of the last five books that I collected for Amazing Spider-Man. This is one of the 4 that was basically a gift for my wife. Amazing Spider-Man 569. Eddie Brock becomes Anti-Venom. It's the variant cover, but I've seen the regular A cover. Ugly artwork. At least not very pretty. This is the prettier. This is the nice cover. 9.4, near mint. Alright. And a 9.6. I have Amazing Spider-Man 800, the Mark Bagley cover, signed by Mark Bagley himself. Right there. Between Spider-Man and Red Goblin. I actually bought this from a guy on eBay. Basically got a deal on it. Basically I paid for the price he paid for the signature, the book, the cost of having it sent off to be graded, and the cost to have it shipped to me. I don't think, based on what the seller said, that based on the price he gave me for a deal, that he did not make more than a few bucks off of this book, technically speaking. And it is by far the fattest slab I've had. Let's get some that dust I have on there. Alright. This is the last book I have graded. I do not have a 9.9 and I do not have a 10.0. I'd have to have that Batman Damned or something like it to get a 9.9 or a 10. But the last book I have in a 9.9, I had a variety of books I could pick from. I could have picked the Gleason cover, 55 Gleason cover. I could have picked, my 9/11 Memorial issue. I could have bought, or I could have chosen a couple other books easily. I wanted this one to show you guys because this is the last book I needed to buy to complete my Amazing Spider-Man collection number 1 to the present day. And I open boxed it recently. It is Amazing Spider-Man 654, Death of Moira Jameson, Flash Thompson becomes Venom. This is the last book. Now I have a complete ASM run. Very, very cool. So, there you have it. I am missing a 9.9 and a 10.0, but I imagine a lot of people don't have that. Technically speaking, from a 0.5 all the way to a 9.8, I am missing one grade, a 2.0. I just need a Spider-Man book and a 2.0, a CGC 2.0. Yeah, cool. All right, that'll do it for you. This is my graded comic books by grade. So hope you enjoyed the video, everyone. Take care. Mr. Comics signing off. Happy collecting.